Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be reviewing Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So I said last video, I actually really enjoy this one. I know to a lot of people they hate this film. They say this really just, this ruined everything good the first remake was. And I guess if you're really into if you're into the more classic Halloween approach that Rob Zombie went to towards the end of the film, where it tried to follow a lot of story beats to the original, I guess it does ruin it. But to me, this feels like a logical for Rob Zombie. Even if you don't like this part of the film, I think you can respect it because Rob Zombie really did do what he wanted to with his dream. This is him really making Halloween like how he wanted to make Halloween, right? Honestly, it's all it feels like this wasn't altered at all by needing to make it a little bit like the original, or a little bit we even get a setup that it's going to be Halloween 2 remade, right? And it's in the hospital, but then we find out that was just a dream. And I really enjoy some of the things this movie covers. We'll get into that in a second. This one was released in 2009, 2 years after Halloween 2007. And personally, I feel like it's a big split bag. A lot of people hate this film, but a lot of people do like this film, and a lot of people find this the better one of the two remakes. And I'm of the opinion it is the better one of the two remakes. Now, I would say this film is, when I rank these films in a few days, I'll tell you where this goes. But I definitely say this is in my my enjoy category. I really enjoy Tyler Mane's performance. Again, he just really, the way he looks, I really enjoy his design too. The mask is so weathered, you can see part of Michael's face. And we kind of see him being a hermit a little bit, after Halloween night. And the whole idea is he's seeing these visions of the white horse and his mother, and he's trying to bring Laurie back because he's trying to complete his family. Now, when we get to the ending, it's a little confusing. The ending can be a little bit, but yeah, he's just very brutal in this one. Unfortunately, we see the death of Annie towards the end of this film, and Brad Dourif. My goodness, the performance he gives when he finds her body, the absolute this terror and sadness in this poor father. Seeing his daughter, last year he was able to get there in time to save her. This time he was too late, and it's heartbreaking. Brad Dourif is one of the best voice actors in my opinion. He has so much great vocal range. What was it? He was the Gemini killer in Exorcist 3, which he did great. I think because I haven't watched that one all the way through, but I do know the basic premise of that was it's Father Karras' body being possessed by the Gemini killer. So it goes back and forth between Father Karras' actor from the original Exorcist and Brad Dourif. And then obviously Brad Dourif does Chucky. And yes, we're going to be reviewing those movies next, I've decided. And once September comes, I really enjoy that franchise. It's probably my third favorite behind Elm Street and Friday the 13th, but I'm really excited to get into those because they're kind of like Freddy, Chucky's like Freddy, because they're both, one-liners, more mocking and sadistic type killers compared to these quieter ones. But back to the review. Yeah, Brad Dourif does great again, and I think Laurie, the way her anguish, it covers really good trauma because she's so messed up a year after those events, a year or two. I think it might be two, or maybe just one or 2 years after the events of the first remake. So she's changed. You can definitely see a difference with her. She's living with Sheriff Brackett and Annie, and she's got some new friends. And there's also really a lot of people there's that kill where I think is it Octavia? He's killing Octavia Spencer or something? And it's where Michael. It's in the part that makes you think it's gonna be a remake of Halloween 2. Where he's just constantly stabbing her, and this film, now it has two different really endings, the producer's cut and the director's cut. I believe, if it's the director's cut, or the theatrical release, theatrical director's cut, I believe in the theatrical release, Laurie walks out, and she just gets taken to a mental asylum. She doesn't get shot, but I think in the director's cut, she gets shot, and then I guess, is now in the afterlife with Michael, and because Michael dies. He also kills Loomis. We got a really gory, you get to kind of see a little bit of Loomis's brain, which is really gory, and Malcolm McDowell does great again. He's very money hungry in this one. We even see Sheriff Beckett getting kind of angry when he reads the book about what Loomis wrote. He gives a very different Loomis, though, honestly. He's less, to me, he's less just adamant on stopping the shape. He still cares for Michael, as we kind of see in the therapy scenes, which I didn't bring up in my first review, but I really enjoy the therapy scenes in Rob Zombie's Halloween 1. It shows that he did care, but now he's just kind of into the cash grab kind of thing. But, again, he does great. What is it? Scout Taylor. I cannot remember her name. Scout Taylor, it's something. Well, I always call her Scout because I know her last name, I think, or her first name. My apologies for that. But she does great. Like I said, Laurie's very traumatized in this one. And she does, probably the best trauma performance. I'd argue her trauma rivals H2O Laurie's trauma. Sort of. And I mean... which is hard to argue. Definitely, she has better trauma than the Halloween 2018 Laurie trauma. I think... which I'll get into that, why I have problems with the performance, or not the performance. I think Jamie Lee Curtis is good. I think the writing for Laurie in the new trilogy was a little, made her too much like an action hero kind of thing. She doesn't really feel like a regular woman who was just traumatized by some bad events and has to step up and kill the boogeyman. Doesn't really feel like that. It feels more like Sarah Connor kind of thing, which is the appeal of some people, but I feel like it doesn't really fit Laurie's character. We'll get into that though next episode. When we cover Halloween 2018, but yeah, overall, even though this film might be hated by some, the fact that Rob Zombie had the balls to introduce these new elements of Michael, I think also something that's in that he only hunts on Halloween. You see he doesn't wear his mask, so it's just kind of weird to think about he's just a hobo walking around, until October 31st, when he starts killing again. That's an interesting idea. The way he just delved into trauma, it doesn't even follow. It's a completely new idea. It doesn't really follow anything previously set up in the Halloween franchise. So the fact that he made something truly original, I have to respect that. So that's why I enjoy this film. Say what you want about it, but you have to respect Rob Zombie. Made his decision and made it his own. He didn't let it be affected by any of the original. He could have made a Halloween 2 remake and people would have remembered that better. I guarantee you. You'd have people saying, this movie was a pretty good remake. Kelly the first one was a decent remake. But, as much as some parts it does fail a little bit, I think the White Horse stuff can be kind of confusing when the White Horse shows up a lot. But at least he tried to make something his own. And I can respect that. So, what would I rate this movie? I'm going to going back and rating all these films during my ranking, so I give this one a 7.8. It's actually a pretty good one. In the ranking, I'd probably say, as it stands right now, I'll give you my quick fire top 6. Halloween the original at 1, Halloween 2 at 2, Halloween Curse of Michael Myers at 3. I really enjoyed that one. Halloween 4 at 4, Halloween 5, or Halloween 3, Season of the Witch at 5, and I'd say probably H2 at 6, and then this one at 7. That's my ranking so far. So, yeah. Overall, pretty daring attempt at making an original film. So that'll be it for this review. Go check this one out, give it a second chance, because it's not as bad as people say it is. And the next episode we'll be covering a film I enjoy. Here's the deal. I kind of like Halloween 2018. But the one I do enjoy that trilogy is Halloween Kills, which might move up when I rank it. But, yeah. The other two, though, I think Halloween 2018 is pretty good. But Halloween Ends was not a big fan of. But you'll hear my opinions on those when we get to them soon. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Stay blessed. Christ loves you. See you in the next one. Good night.